data science, I can use it in with big dental companies or with hospital.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So that's what they suggested me to do it. So I'm here.
Okay, good. So one more thing also, like I will also like start Python because it will take time to start up all these things, because the installation part is lengthy process. So first of all, I want to start about the Python, then I will like recall all the previous thing also, like the Power BI also. So
Okay.
everyone know like the Python and the importance of the Python nowadays. So Python is a very popular programming language nowadays, and it is also the open source, and mostly used in the data science and the AI, ML, and the deep learning. So if I'm talking about the Python, so there are lots of libraries are there, like to load the data, to clean the data, for the data
Mm-hmm.
visualizations, and for the machine learning part, for the deep learning part, and for especially for the statistics. So there are the lots of libraries are there. So now, how we can use the Python into the data visualization, data cleaning them, because we have a little bit knowledge, like we have some data visualization tool in the market, like the Excel and the Power BI or the Tableau. So these are also the data visualization part, and by which we can load the data and we can ready the report. So why should we have to learn the Python? So behalf of the Python, we can easily find out the trends, and we can easily find out the data relationship between them. Like take an example, like if we want to say that like the basically the butter sale depend on the bread. So how we can say that the butter sale depend on the bread? Like when the bread sale is arise, or like getting more, so the butter sale is also increase. So this is the basically the dependency of one product to each other. So that is the reason, that kind of the things basically we can find out with the help of Python. And also one more thing, like if I'm talking about the example of the HR field, like the someone want to, and also the medical field, like someone like want to challenge like the our medicine is much better as compared to other medicine. So how you can say that actually our survey is saying. So the particular company make a survey, or like the age group 18 to 30, and the number of candidate like the in 1 million. But the another company take a survey on like 5 year to 65, and the make the survey on the like the 5 million. So there are the lots of parameters are there to take the survey on the different parameters, like there is any relationship of the data or not. So how you can say that the particular medicine is much better and the result is much better? And so that kind of the thing basically we can find out with the Python, not on only any basic tool which is like available in a market like the Excel and something like that. So I will start from the starting, and don't get worry, and but it will like little bit practical. And in like Excel, in BI, we just have to load the data and to visualize them, to clean the data. But in Python, firstly we have to learn the syntax and the strategy of the Python, how we can use Python into the data science. Okay, any query?
Yeah. No, that's good.
Okay, good. COBOL, BASIC, Fortran, C, C++. There are also the programming language in a market. But Python, why Python is using in the data science? Other language is not using in the data science, like the Python and the R or something like that. Two languages are there. I will also discuss later what is the R, but now I want to discuss only the Python programming language. Now, so history of Python, invented in December 1989, and you can say that it is open source. Open source means there is no license requirement, anyone can use them, and managed by the Python Software Foundation. It is like a indentation based. What is indentation, I will also discuss in the practical. And it is like open source, is no license required, and it is easy to learn, anyone can use them, like the non-tech background also can learn this language? Because the syntax is very easy as compared to other programming language, like some other languages in the market, like the Java syntax is very complex as compared to Python. So Python is a powerful and fast, obviously play well with other, run everywhere, is friendly and easy to learn, and is open. So anyone can learn this programming language. And one more thing actually I want to discuss, like firstly, like if I'm saying if like we are connected from, like someone is USA, someone is like Paris and some other countries, so we know very well like the English, so we can communicate each other. Like if I'm speaking in Hindi and someone is speaking in Spanish, we don't know each other like language, so how we can communicate each other? So like those things in a programming, like the interpreter or the compiler, like if I'm just typing some technical work in the Python, so the basically the compiler or the interpreter translate your code into the machine language, just a translator, you can say that. Like someone like is speaking in Hindi and translate into the English, then he understand or he she understand the English. So the someone is like requirement the translator in like general life. So the Python is a interpreter based language, not need to compile to run, so it is not need to the compile. So interpreter language means like translate line by the line. So Python is a high level language, which means a programmer can focus on what to do instead of how to do it. So it is a high level programming language. We can do anything else, and the programmer can focus on what instead how to do. So like whatever you want to work there. So Python is used for. So where Python is using nowadays. So why we should have to learn the Python? So we can use in the gaming program, in a GUI development, in a data science, data engineering, system administrator, network programming, mobile apps, game development. So we can use Python in everywhere. We can use Python in development for the website development area, and the major part of the Python in a data science, AI, ML, deep learning. So it is one of the most programming language used in the data science. So how the particular program like work with the compiling and the interpreting? So many language are required to compile the program into from byte that the machine under. So what is the strategy of the particular, like if I'm saying some word you directly into the English and everyone can understand the English, so it's like a no need for the translation. If I'm saying some word in some other language, so you need a translator, then you will understand what I'm saying. So so that is the reason. So like if I'm just talking about the Java, so Java is also the programming language, is also the open source. There is also the no license requirement, and but the syntax is complex as compared to Python. So what is the internal strategy of working with Java? So the Java basically, firstly to create a program and to save .java. In Python we save .py. Actually before starting some technical work, we have to understand what is the strategy and what is the like the internal process of this one, all these things. So like the source file, firstly the compiler compile into the bytecode and then it will give the output like the hello world and something like that. So it is the strategy of this one. But if I'm talking about the Python instead directly interpret into the machine language. So source code hello.py and you can directly interpret into the output. No need for the translation. So it is the internal difference basically. In Java, firstly we have to compile them and it will convert into the bytecode. A bytecode basically it is a format like the machine can only be understand. But if I'm talking about the Python, so Python there is no need to translate, no need for the conversion, so it will directly give the output. So this is also the benefit of this programming language.
My name is Abdullah Al Faisal. Um, I just joined this program today. This is my first class, and then Actually, I'm a trainer coach
Okay, good.
for a training center.
Okay.
So I just teach people the law of the New York City's taxi and limousine commission, and also geography and
Okay.
other rules and regulations of New York Street and DMV rules.
Okay.
And also, I finished my master's from here in human resources management.
Good.
And yeah, and I manage a business. I have a small business here. So this is what I actually do for my survival. And yeah, and this is a new actually course for me. I used to be a business analyst, and it was a short program for me. I mean, I joined as a senior business analyst, and then I worked there for a 6 months project. And after that, because of my business and everything, I was very busy and I could not be able to
Okay.
manage my time to secure any project. So I thought data science would be a great source of knowledge. And if I want to shift my profession from IT from my regular profession to IT. So data science would be a good choice for me to get in. So that is the reason I have enrolled myself here with the Henry Harbin Education for this program.
Very good. So yeah, it's a right path for you actually, but lots of the things are there, like more, like if you want to become the business analyst to analyze the data and to like use the data insights for your business. And so there are the lots of the things, like the lots of the tools like the Python, R, and some data visualizations part. So I will start from the scratch one by one. So today is the first class of the Python, and I'm just like giving the strategy, how we can like download and install the Python, which you can download and install as per your requirement. If you are using the Windows, so click on the Windows. If you are using the Mac, so click on the Mac. So data science role like this. So I will click on this launch Jupyter. Now you can see. So firstly, you have to click on the new and on the Python. So it is our first window where we can start the Python practical.
On my Mac. Otherwise, I have to log in from here. My, what is it called? My screen.
It is first is a message and it is a variable. So when we embed the variable, so it will print along with the variable, and parenthesis basically it is a parenthesis and show the it is a function identification of the function. Like someone want to directly print, like if I'm just mobile just a number, and for example something like that, and we want to print only, so there is no need for the print also. You can print simply. But when we want to assign something like the age, like the 26 and the age again, so it will give only the one output. Why? Because we have print two time number and the age, but it will give the age. The reason is that when we want to print multiple values, so the above value will be overwrite. So in that situation we have to use the print function. So print is a function in Python which is used to print any message, any variable value into the console or the age, something like that. How we can check? It is a numeric, it is a character, and it is like float values are there. Like someone want to use a salary part, salary. Now we can print salary is salary. So it is a salary. So like it is a decimal value. How we can check? So we have a function. So the function name, like if someone want to check like the print and what is the type? of the employee code, and type is a function basically to check out employee code. So basically it is an integer. So the employee code, the nature is integer because it holding the numeric value.
I'm getting an error over here.
Okay, so which error? So
It's syntactic error, and it's saying was never closed.
okay, I think you make some syntax problem. So actually after the print address, so mention the parenthesis address,
Here.
and then just try to execute. Yeah, perfect. Now one more problem also, like inside the salary. So the salary S is capital, and actually the Python is also the case sensitive. Yeah. So make them salary 90,000 something. So S into the small,
Okay.
and try to execute again. So it is case sensitive, by which like to check all the syntax should be same. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Thank you. We want to check out the type of all the variables. Now the print and the type and the emp name, something like that. And what is the internal nature? It is a string. So string means it will holding the value, all the character value, letters basically. And simply print type and the address. So it will also consider as a string when we combine the numeric value and the number of letters, so it will considered as a string, because B50 and USA just address something, and it will consider as a string. The reason is that we have supply the single code, so the string or a number of character we can supply into the single code or the double inverted code. Now salary. So inside the salary we can use type. Now the salary. Now salary basically in a decimal portion, so it will consider as a float. Like the marks basically, the marks of the particular students like is a 70. And if I want to check here, like if marks greater than equal to 50, then colon basically represent it is a condition, marks greater than 50. I'm just checking like the particular condition is true or false. So if we want to check the marks greater than 50, then it will give the true, and otherwise it will give the false. If the condition is true, so it will print. So you can print any message like the pass. The reason is that the marks basically compare here the marks greater than 50, and the greater than 50 is the pass and otherwise is fail. So I pass here 50, and if otherwise I pass here 20, so it will give the result fail. So class also try to do this. Actually it is an indentation. Kindly type into this format only, because Python is a open source. There is no requirement needed, no license requirement, and syntax is very easy as compared to other programming language, and it is a indentation based, and it is a indentation. It is basically I'm just typing here the condition. Okay. Like the result true. So it is a boolean value. when we are print like the result, so just is say the true. And what is the type of the true? So the type of the true is a boolean. So
Boolean, yeah.
it is just a basic thing to know the nature of the variable. So it is a bool. Bool means
Yeah.
boolean,
Bool.
true or false.
Boolean. Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Good. And any more question into the condition part?
No.
Good. So Bob. So why it printing the Bob? Because it will replace them. If we are assigning the same value to the same variable, so it will print only the name Bob. So
Why it is not Gary?
yeah, the reason is that because first time we assigned the val Gary to the name, but again we have rechanged the name to the Bob. Then we are printing after the changes done. Like if I want to print here like the name, so it will give the name. Yeah, definitely, because we are printing before. And if I want to print here like the name, so it will give this here. But if I am not printing here directly to printing here, so it will give the Bob. It will not giving the Gary. The reason is that we are replace them.
So for any replacement, like for by mistake, anybody writes the wrong value,
Yeah.
wrong integer. So in that case, right after that, to in order to make it correct, if we write down another one, then when the person prints it here, then the second one, the correct one, will be pop up in
Yeah.
the.
Like the similar, like if someone like change your address, some like the old address and the new address, so you can like pass the some new values into the new value, it will be replace them.
Okay.
Okay. So I think today I have started particular things related to the Python. And if you face any challenges, any problem, so kindly discuss with me.
All right, so thank you very much.
So
Thank
thank
you.
you very much for joining the class. So I will see you in the next class.